Greetings everybody out there, thanks for tuning in. This is Michael, and today we're going to go over my Stephen King collection. I've been collecting, like hardcore collecting, Stephen King since last spring. I had been collecting, Stephen King in general though, since I was a kid. What used to happen when I was a kid is my mom would read them, hand them off to me, then I'd read them and keep them. In fact, for Christmas one year, she bought me a signed edition of Christine. It's a third printing, but he came to our town and spoke at the convention center, and we went to go see that. My mother picked up a signed copy of Christine from that. I was there, didn't really know what I was listening to, because if you've listened to Stephen King talk, I love the man's writing, but if you listen to him talk, at least for me, it can be kind of winded, and you're just like, dude. And I'm 12 years old. I'm sitting there going, whatever. But I hope you guys enjoy the video, and I'll show you some of the other books I have that hopefully you will enjoy looking at. And as you see, I'm a fan of the It film. I've got both movie posters. They released two different movie posters that I'm aware of. And I actually have the bus shelter in the other room, which is one of the big 70-inch posters. Just have nowhere to put it. So it's still in its tube. And I have the banner, which is a big horizontal banner, and again, I don't really have anywhere to put it, but I do have it. And maybe one day I'll have a huge house and I can put it all up. But for now, just the two posters. Both of them are one sheets, 27 by 48. So let's look at the collection, shall we? So here we got the Stephen King collection. We'll start off with The Dark Tower. We have on the far side here the artist edition of Little Sisters of Eluria by Grant. It's a pain to get out of the slipcase because I put a Mylar dust jacket cover on it as well. This is a second printing of Vikings revised edition of The Gunslinger. I need a first printing of that because I'm OCD or whatever you want to call it. Here's the newest hardback edition of The Gunslinger. This is the Schreiber first printing, followed up by all three Grant editions of The Gunslinger, third edition here, or third printing edition here. This is the second printing, and the first edition of The Gunslinger here. Beautiful copy. I was very happy to get that. And as you see, not only are these in Mylar covers, I also have them in bags to keep dust off the tops, until I can afford a whole bunch of slipcases. And of course, we got the drawing of the three Wastelands, etc., etc. This is the Grant edition of Wind Through the Keyhole, which I like. I do have the first edition, which is Schreiber, but the Grant edition was actually published first. And then, of course, the rest. This is Michael Whelan's signed edition, so artist edition. He actually remarked in there, so I got a little drawing of the Crimson King symbol. Now, these were good scores here. I really wish I had dust jackets for them. The Shining and The Stand here are both first edition, first printings. I got them at Half Price Books for $6 a piece. They're in great shape other than the fact that they're missing a dust jacket. I'm hoping one day I'll find one. The dust jacket one here is a book club edition, so that won't work. This is a book club edition of the Bachman books, but it is hardback. So most of these are first editions. Different Seasons, though, is a book club edition. The rest here on the shelf is all first edition. And then down here, I have a book club edition of Thinner, first edition of Christine, my third printing signed edition of Christine, first edition US of It, first edition UK It, which was a gift from a friend of mine, which I was very appreciative. It was a Christmas present I got this year. Third printing, although I think it's actually the first printing, but in the book it says third printing, of the Schreiber edition of It. And then all of these here past it are first editions. We move over here, and really because the shelf's big enough, we went ahead and put these Dark Tower omnibuses here, followed up with the Doubleday Years from Cemetery Dance. Now I do have Night Shift on order from Cemetery Dance, as well as The Stand. Both of those are on order, just gotta wait for them. I got the PS Publisher edition of Night Shift. This is the gold cover. And the Dark Man down there. Both covers of Insomnia. first editions. All of these are first editions. I don't think there's any second or third editions down here. So that is those there. Move over here. We've got some of my extras. Here's my Schreiber first edition of Went Through the Keyhole, but I had to make room on the shelf over there for the Grant editions. This is a signed Joe Hill book. It was a Barnes & Noble. And then I also have, these are all first edition Joe Hill books here. All US first edition, trade first editions. They're not limiteds. And then Neil Gaiman. I found this one in a thrift store. I'd only ever seen it in paperback, so I was really stoked to see Good Omens in hardback at a thrift store for $3. This is the illustrated edition that Neil Gaiman recently put out of, you know, Neverwhere, and it's signed by Neil Gaiman. So that is really cool. And we get some Dean Koontz and some more Robert McCammon, H.P. Lovecraft, and then a whole bunch of extra Stephen King books that I have here and over here, as well as extra Joe Hill books. Then down here, I will need to get the rest of these, but this is the magazine of fantasy and science fiction. This is from October 1978. This is the legitimate first appearance of the Gunslinger. So the first appearance of Roland in the Dark Tower saga was first published in the magazine of fantasy and science fiction, October 78. There were 4 other chapters to that, going through 1981 or 82, I can't recall. Some of the Anne Rice books, and before you get as mad as I do, you'll notice Vampire Lestante's missing. I let somebody borrow that in college and lost it. It was a first edition. Very sad. So that's the Stephen King books, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video. So that was my Stephen King books. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and please like and subscribe if you want. I'll try to keep posting videos as I get more interesting things or any other news that I might find out. I know Stephen King's got a new book coming out this spring called The Outsider. I'm hoping to get a first edition of that as well, but I'm waiting to find out if there's any kind of signed edition, like with Sleeping Beauties, which you may have noticed was not on the shelf. It's actually in my comic book room right now because I need to order more Mylar dust covers. So it's just sitting in there because the pets aren't allowed in there, so no dog hair is going to get over them. The other books that are in there that are awaiting covers is, there's a couple. Brandon Sanderson's Oathbringer signed edition, and I can't remember, but there's something else over there waiting as well for a dust jacket cover. So we will eventually do a video of the comic book room. If you guys are interested, you can tune in for that. That's going to be a little bit though. I have been working on cleaning that out this holiday season. My wife uses that to wrap presents, as well as I was trying to get a whole bunch of packing and shipping materials because all these extra Stephen King books I'm hoping to sell at some point. And what I would like to do is provide a free It poster for each order. I have the mini one sheets, so I have a whole stack of these one sheet minis that I would be shipping out with each order as I sold books. But right now the pops have got me preoccupied, so I haven't been looking for more books, and I haven't been really focusing on selling that stuff. So I've taken the time breaking down all the boxes and stuff that I had in there, and also I'm throwing a lot of stuff away that I've just pack ratted over the years. So I'm waiting until garbage day to finish that room before I'll be able to do a video. I need to finish the room. So I hope you guys enjoy, and stay tuned for more videos. Thanks for watching.